What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? USMC Vet here, along with Poison Stinger. Roto Girl back there in the back doing analytics today again. I think she's going to join us. She's currently here. Uh,
Yep.
yep. See, back there in the background. Morning, Walter Davis. Morning, Stan. Morning, Roto Girl. All right. Well, let's get this party started. We're gonna have Poison Stinger over here. Go ahead and start us off with some news, and I will be right back. I'm still running behind, so
Yeah,
have at
no
it.
problem. So,
I'll be back.
all right. See you in a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Give me 1 second while I bring up the chat. If I can find out where it is. Huh. All right. Well, I'll just bring it up in here. Oh, we've got a few. Oh, wow. All right. Stan, what's up? ADL wants $60 billion in aid. Ouch. What's your stance on suing China for damages? It'd be great. I don't think it's going to happen.
Coronavirus stimulus bill failed in the Senate.
Is that $1,000 that we're supposed to get?
Yep.
It's supposed to be even more than that now. I was watching a video just this morning on that from Mark Dice. If you do get your stimulus package like that, invest it. That's what I would do. That's what I'm going to do. Invest it in something real, because all that is inflation. And the only way to combat inflation is to have precious metals. And speaking of precious metals, let's go ahead and do our daily check of how much silver and gold is. It's gone up a little bit since the last time we talked. So, it just raised up again at $13 an ounce for silver. That's pretty much like it was really close to bottom of 12 Friday. 15.26 for gold. So $13 an ounce. I don't know. We'll see if it goes up or goes down. I can't really do much about silver right now, even if I could find a deal. And that's the problem, right? Paper silver has gone down. Physical silver has gone quite up. Okay. They cut comms in Indiana.
Oh, that was before the chat got started and he pushed it later.
Yeah. He was a little late this morning. I had to remind him that we were doing this. Just saw that. Guess you have to stay in a holding pattern until you're right. Okay, that's also. All right, I'm gonna get to some newer stuff. I'm gonna skip over some chats. So something sure seems Stan. Something sure seems like we're getting ready for something bigger, in my opinion. Don't know. Just got a gut feeling. Yeah, I think we're getting close to a recession. Could be even worse than that, especially with them printing out money for everybody and having to prop up the American economy for however long. Even if it's a month, right? That's a lot of money. And if it's 18 months, like a lot of people are predicting, 18 months of propping up the United States economy, and the only way you can do that is by the money that you have in taxes or printing more imaginary money, which then is, how do you pay for that? It's taxes. Yeah, it's not going to be good. We're getting ready for a crash, I think, at some point. Okay. Okay, forgot about the makeup. Let's go. Right, Stan. Tonight, an asteroid is supposed to buzz the Earth, and Sunday is a big one. Really? Huh. That's cool, Walter Davis. I got to look that up. Pelosi is blocking it. Yeah, Pelosi. Whatever. I don't know how I feel about it, right? I mean, shit. I could use an extra $1,000 or $1,200 or whatever he's giving us. But at the same time, it's not good for the economy. But at the same time, the economy is not good for the economy. The economy hasn't been good for the economy since like this a lot longer than I can remember.
Space.com. A large and potentially hazardous asteroid is poised to fly by Earth next month. But don't worry, it poses no threat to Earth. Asteroid 1998 OR2 will make a close approach to Earth on April 29th. The hefty space rock has an estimated diameter of 1.1 to 2.5 miles across, or about the width of the Isle of Manhattan.
Ooh. It's all coming together, man. How much? Starting to think the end times here a little bit.
Right.
Okay. So we also have reports that Rand Paul has the coronavirus.
And Harvey Weinstein.
Weinstein? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't believe that dude's still alive. You'd think that he'd be dead. I guess he hasn't ratted out on the Clintons yet. So.
Yeah, they haven't Epsteined him yet.
No. I get those confused sometimes, those two.
You know who didn't die of the coronavirus? Epstein.
Oh, wasn't it your whole theory that no somebody said on Facebook that this is all about the Clintons killing everybody.
Yeah. So there's like a conspiracy theory thing going.
It's a very
going around
conspiracy
on Facebook,
thing. Yeah.
saying that the Democrats have concocted this whole thing, made the deal with China in order to release this virus, in order to kill off all the people that they don't like in the U.S. It's like Epsteining the entire world.
Well, that was the Democrat version, which I don't think the Democrats did. I'm just saying that I thought it was funny that somebody made a joke that this is just the Clintons taking out all their rivals at once.
Yeah.
And I'm loading right now, so I will get to the news here in a second.
All right, I'm back. So what's going on out in UB2B land? Everybody that's in the chat, thanks for joining us. Thanks for Mr. Stinger for taking over here. He's loading up his news.
Yeah.
How's it looking in your area? Go ahead and let us know. I would also like to say, the reason why it took so long, I was out getting the mail, and I opened my mailbox, and it's been 24 hours since the mail was put in there. So I'm going to put it in another 24-hour quarantine just in case, but it smelled like Lysol when I opened the mail. So smells like the mail, U.S. Postal Service is starting to spray that stuff down. So maybe not Lysol, but some kind of
bleach bitting your actual mail.
Nah, but it does smell like that. There's some sanitizer been sprayed on the mail. I mean, in a mailbox that's been closed for approximately 24 hours ish. So it looks like the military role is widening in the pandemic response. Oh
no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Can't lose Riddle Girl. So it looks like the same picture of an article we did the other day, but that's at the top of the Drudge Report. Drudge Report has. Let's see. Well, we'll copy it and throw it in there. I have so many tabs open. Thank God for Chromebook.
I do not know why your live stream is not showing up in my subscription, but I finally got to the page.
I actually had to go to his channel because it didn't come up in my
Yeah, it didn't come up in my subscriptions at all.
Really? I
Yeah.
posted it last night, so.
It could be that you're posting it with that much time. Maybe it's in my subscriptions, but it's a long time ago. I don't know. I don't do this enough to know.
Usually if I want to watch it myself on my tablet, I just go to, let's see, subscriptions, and then it's right there. They're probably blocking it because it's talking about scary stuff.
Well,
it's not the scary black rifle, it's the scary cerveza bug virus. You cannot have stuff on UB2B.
Well, you shouldn't be saying the V word for sure.
Cerveza?
That's a C word, isn't it?
There's a V in there.
Well, somewhere, yeah.
Cerveza bug. So we cannot say Varilius streptococcus covidus 19th. So we'll have to use cerveza bug, cerveza. All right, Pelosi is blocking it. Go figure. Exactly what. If you can, what are you doing, bro? Is that a Polar Pop, bro? You been out in town, bro?
That's the coffee cup, man.
Oh, the cafe.
Well, I decided to put it right in front of the camera so it looks
the cafe. Oh.
I'm feeling festive.
Feeling a lot like Christmas. Oh, we just got thrown off YouTube again. After every plague, there follows a great, the Great Depression is coming. I am going to plant every square. It doesn't need to be drove on by a vehicle, because we will need foods. Good morning, Delaware Patriot. So, in interacting with my associates, I have found out that the distribution center for foods is in another state for all the Walmarts in Indiana. So the distribution center that's in Indiana only sends out GM, which is general merchandise. So there is no food processed at our Walmart distribution center, or DC. Good morning, Delaware Patriot. Good morning, Walter Davis. So yeah, I could definitely see why this is going to be an issue. Not to mention the depression that's. I would call it already here, but I'm not a forecaster or a financial advisor. So, Bill and Hillary are other diseases. All their other disease kill corona.
I was mentioning that there's a joke going around that this is just the Clintons taking care of all the rivals at one time.
Right. Yeah. It's probably just some minor fucking cold bug for them. They've probably been snorting it for years off the cocaine's, with cocaine off dead hookers' buttholes or something.
Maybe.
That's the good thing about having a wife that's into the same, kind of sex that you are with women. Except when your wife gets jealous, she murders them.
Yeah.
All our postal carrier. Yeah, they actually, I think I seen one the other day, a postal carrier walking, instead of having his dog mace or human mace, there was a bottle of hand sanitizer in that pouch. I mean, it works the same way. You could spray somebody. Let's see. The Delaware Patriot is reporting we're on full lockdown at this point. For the most part, Governor declared last night. I hope everyone has at least 1,000 rounds of ammo for their platforms. Ammo is gone. Yeah, it's pretty much a lost hope. If you're looking for ammo, I've ordered stuff from Amazon, not ammo, but that was 2 weeks ago, and I still have not received it. Paid for, Joe shipped, but it's sitting somewhere. And
I'm gonna try to get some 45. I'm not very hopeful, but like by the end of the month, I want to get some 45.
Definitely just do the online thing. Definitely do the online thing. Every online purveyor is basically sold out. Found some 55 grain 223 for $10 for 20 rounds before shipping, 50 cents plus. Yeah, well, that's the problem with panic buying. Everybody that's panic bought everything is,
you have a lot of new gun owners right now too.
Yeah, and they've all green weenied us. So
they all went for the scary black rifle.
Yeah. That was I need to go back and read the quote. All these Bernie Sanders cunts decided we do need rifles. Hey, Delaware. I'm going to do inventory a few thousand rounds. I thought my kids got two. Couldn't find them for over a year. I won't even tell you what I found.
That's like finding a $20 bill in the pocket that you haven't washed in forever.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Well, I was going through some boxes in my gunsmithing room, and I found a whole box that I forgot I ordered of 30-round scary mags in metal. So that was a plus. All right, well, let's check on the mail over here. The mail. Shit, I can't even think today. Let's see what.
I'm hoping reloading supplies still aren't gone through too much yet. So I mean, if depending on the situation with the reloading supplies, that might be something to think about right about now. if you're not into reloading already.
Yeah, I could definitely use some stuff like that. Let's go over here and check out guns.deals and see what they got rolling this morning. That's usually the place to go to if you want to find anything that is on sale. FNS9 is on sale at Palmetto State Armory. Brownells looks like they have AR-15 mags for $10.99 with a $20 coupon code. Fiocchi back ordered, but you can still order it from Sportsman's Guide. I think we hate them. Or no, was it Sportsman's Guide? Damn it, I forget. I'm going to have to
No, it's
write this down on a
cheaper
sticky
than
note.
dirt.
Yeah, cheaper than dirt. Them worthless cucks. Federal ammunition can be found at Bass Pro Shops because I think they're limiting it. But 100 rounds for $31. Holy Jesus.
Yeah, I think Bass Pro would probably still have it, but I'm going to be calling around when I have the money to buy 45.
Brownells has Glock slides on sale, 157. Sportsman Guide also has back order 9mm Wolf ammo. You can get a police trade-in firearm from wikiarms.com. Back order on Wolf Military Classic 223, $104.94 for 500 rounds. Hollow point. Oh, yeah, Sportsman's Guide. Leave it to Sportsman's Guide.
I'm good. You know, when it comes to 9mm, I got 1,000 rounds of HSTs. Right,
Well, no, that was 223 hollow points.
Yeah.
62 grain.
That's the one thing I don't have a lot of. I don't have a lot of 223, but I have the stuff to reload it. So I just need to do that. I'm starting to set up my reloading room, though. So, I mean, I could technically do it pretty soon.
1,000 rounds of 22 ammo for $49.99. Academy Sports. ATI 300 Blackout pistol with 130 plus 1 round magazine, $398 from Sportsman's Guide. Damn, Sportsman's Guide is the only place selling anything. They must have this stuff. 9mm at Gander Mountain or Gander Outdoors, $11.79 for 50 rounds.
That's not bad. That's like what? Usually, yeah, right around 10 to 11 bucks.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Yeah.
115 grain. Bass Pro also has 22 rifle for $1,000 for $54. Tula is at Bass Pro Shops in stock, free day shipping over 50. $5.49 for a 20-round box. That's pretty what you would pay at the Walmart for it. Actually, I think it's a little more expensive at the Walmart.
I don't think they sell it at the Walmart anymore.
Tula?
Anything ammo related. I mean, they were doing shotgun stuff for a while.
But... they still carry rifle ammo. They just don't carry pistol ammo here. Fiocchi's back ordered at Sportsman's Guide. Academy Sports is selling Glock 19s for $4.99. Aero Precision AR-15 assembled upper. You know, in case you want to buy one of those scary black rifles now that you think shit, the world's going to collide. $244.94. Plus, we're going to get hit by alien asteroids. You know that are headed our way.
Stan's getting so much 22 LR. He's got to get rid of the old stuff that people gave him, dude. I have like an ammo can full of 22, and I've got like a couple bricks of the CCIs. I don't shoot it that often, and I'm glad I stocked up when I did because, yeah, people flock to 22 like crazy when this shit goes down.
Yeah, so expect not to have it for 2 or 3 years. Masterpiece Arms that looks like an Uzi with a silencer from and 9mm for $3.99 at Palmetto State Armory. That is fantabulous. I'm sure it's semi-automatic, but all right. So there's your. Looks like Bass Pro Shop, Gander Outdoors, and Palmetto State Armory are the ones to go to if you want to find something.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're gonna do anything local, which I prefer doing it local only because I don't like waiting. I'd call around, obviously, and that's what I plan on doing when I get my money for more ammo. I gotta go shoot that 1911. You know, I do have some rounds for it, but I don't have enough. Like I have like a little over 50 rounds. I'm like, yeah, I need at least 100, maybe 200 to make it a day. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. Virus. Oh, so much shit. As economic toll mounts, nation ponders the trade-offs. So the people are wondering, I guess, is it worth closing the nation down, or should we just die? That's up to you. I prefer to keep my family safe.
We do what we can. You know, when all this is going down and it started sinking in, it's like, well, shit. I mean, you got a virus that can kill you. You have the government who can kill you. You have the government who's tyrannical as hell and really showing how not free you really are. You know, and you got all this stuff coming on all sides. It's a little overwhelming. But to be honest, it's just let's get through this and then we'll deal with the whole tyranny later, hopefully.
I think Tim Kennedy, who's still on active duty, said it best in his tweet. You know, he's like, let's remember that this is important, but let's also remember that you're not taking any of our fucking rights.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree that way. Walter Davis says the Walmart has ammo and guns, but no ammo for the guns. They have ammo is all oddball stuff. Yeah, I found let's see, 270 and 7mm rim mag in a off beaten path store. That was 25% off, but I mean, I don't have a 270 or a 7mm mag. So if you need said ammo, I got the hookup at 25% off. I did not purchase it, but I'm sure I can go back. I was very annoyed. They were supposed to have special shipping hours for people at risk, advertised on the news, but when I called the store, they had no clue. Yeah, same thing here.
Same here.
Oh, that was Riddle Girl. That was Riddle Girl. Yeah, same thing here. So that's what everybody's having to resort to here. Is like I have a business account with Sam's Club, and I have for 24 years now, and they're not doing it. Like I used to be able to fax my order over. That's how long ago it was. But now you can call it over or order it over online. But they're not even doing that at Sam's Club right now. So I mean, realistically, the business shut down. Don't want to fucking make anybody sick, but two, you know, like if I still had my business run, I couldn't even stock, you know, drinks or anything in the employee fridge because I can only get one container of water and one toilet paper and one. I mean, I've never, you know, that's why I pay a membership there is to get that kind of shit. Right. But people are going crazy. Like the guy in Tennessee that went to what 100-mile radius or something of his house and bought all the damn hand sanitizers. And it's already starting to show up as far as like people are still getting around the censorship as far as like selling their products that are survival related or mask related. I've been kicked off Macari twice for just selling something with a mask in it, even though it's well worth what I'm charging. But people are still getting away with selling like gloves, nitrile gloves, one pair, $12. So their little efforts to thwart that is, you know, in vain because these people are still finding a way to do it. All 22 is gone here. Yeah, 22 is the first thing to go. I don't know what's up with that.
That's what all the pansies who never fired a gun want to shoot. They feel very not overwhelmed with that little itty bitty thing.
Well, you seen the text message I sent you about the 12 gauge. Isn't that too big?
Yeah, because oh my goodness, a 12 gauge.
That's my brother-in-law.
So to reference everybody who's not in the know, he sends me a text of, and I didn't know it was your brother-in-law at the time, asking your opinion on what's the best gauge for shotgun for home defense, and you responded 12, and this guy starts freaking out, or in his text freaking out, like, oh my goodness, isn't that too big?
A 50 cal in your house is not too big, as long as it doesn't
No.
blow the windows out.
12 gauge is where the conversation starts. And as I said, if I could, I'd have a 10 gauge, easy.
Well, and that also depends on your stature too. So if it was for his daughter, if it was for my niece, I'd say 20 gauge 10. But
Semi-auto, maybe 20 gauge, but I had a double barrel side by side, 20 gauge, and that thing kicked just as hard as 12. Well, my semi-auto 12, I should say. So
well,
I mean,
go ahead.
I was just saying, if you're gonna get if you really want to reduce the recoil, semi-auto is the way to go. Other than that, you're looking at like 410.
Yeah, well, everything he buys is tacked. Like he bought the Remington 22 AR clone lookalike thing, and I was just like, bro, why'd you waste your money on that? Why don't you just buy a AR-15 and then put a 22 bolt in it so that you could practice with it? I mean, now you have a friggin' plastic AR lookalike that's gonna get you murdered.
And if you want just a 22, I mean, I guess if you're trying to practice with your AR, a 22 conversion kit's not horrible because you can use the same barrel, I think, right?
Yeah, you could use everything. You just pull the bolt out and slide a new bolt in, and then change out the magazine, and you're good to go.
So I mean, that's pretty good if you're trying to practice with your 5.56. But for me, I personally prefer to have a Ruger 1022. I think that thing is lightweight and awesome for what it is. Like if you need to go out on a hike or backpacking or whatever, Ruger 1022 ain't nothing,
Yeah. Well, since I'm not on, my camera's not on, I'm gonna raise it up. But you could also have a 223 pistola. Y'all can't see it, but I'm just waving it in front of the camera right now. Yep, that's it. Look at
that.
Scary mini black gun.
I think this is allowed. I got
Oh yeah.
I found
so half my cameras.
blower that I haven't seen in forever. You might recognize this, Irish. This was the first AR ever built.
Is that the zombie one?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Scary black pistol. All right.
Yeah. I found
So you haven't got it put together yet? What the hell?
No, I just found it recently.
Oh. Oh, is that what you was talking about?
Yeah.
That you found?
I found this because I replaced it with something else. Yeah. So speaking in code, which is not fun for everybody in chat, I apologize. But I do plan. I've been thinking about it. I was like, well, I know how to make things at home that aren't, technically on the books. And I was thinking about making another 300 blackout pistol for a very long time because the one I have is too freaking fancy to use. So what would be better to build, just a really, really bare bones 300 blackout? And I was like, well, maybe I should use an actual lower that I purchased, because maybe I shouldn't advertise that I know how to drill those out. Everybody talk about it.
Everybody that's on YouTube that in the gun community knows how to do that, so you should be.
Yeah, but I like to say I'm ignorant.
Sportsman's Guide is all sold out. They're actually go to their website, all on back order. Okay. So Delaware Patriots saying that I was full of shit earlier in my chat conversation, but it does show on guns.deals that they have it. So I think most of them said back order except for the one. Let me go back over here and look just to make sure. I have so many pages. Why do I have so many pages?
There's the Canadian Army.
Yeah.
Stan might get called back if they were active in the last 15 years. What are you guys doing in the Army in Canada? Just like drills and parades.
Don't you do that now, eh?
DOJ responds to uproar and request of emergency powers during coronavirus. Yeah, we don't want to make sure that any emergency powers given are completely fully released and there's no laws being passed. People flock to 22, but many talk shit that it's no good. I mean, If you get shot in the face with a 22, you get shot in the face with a 22. I mean, you're still getting hit in the face.
It's still lethal.
A 22
You gotta put it in
Magnum
the
will
right spot.
pierce soft armor. Damn it, you guys are coughing. No, stop coughing. Yeah, that's not smoker's cough either because he quit smoking.
I quit smoking a long time ago.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't want to be shot by anything, whether it be a bow and arrow, crossbow, or a 22 round. So yeah, and if you sling enough of that down range, which you can with the Ruger 1022, or down a hallway or whatever, I don't think people could be too happy. So
don't get me wrong, I ain't volunteering to go down range on the 22.
See. Oh damn, I'm way back up there.
They're chatting it up, man. You got to get on it.
Yeah. Local here is shut as non-essential. Yep, Governor Bashir is trying to do that here. I gotta go through here and put these all on here because if not, some of them get censored over on YouTube. So, Stan says when they use terms that don't define, yep, leaves it way too open for them to give you the big green weenie. So, Bohica. Governor here has put a list of what's essential and what's not. Of course, they're choosing, but do you see their ass rolling around doing whatever they want to? You can be called back up and within the last 15 years, damn, ours is only 4 active reserve. I'm past that. I think. Maybe, I don't know, shit. I mean, it wouldn't do them no good to call me back because I would just be the voice of reason. We're not taking guns from people, and I mean, I would not enforce any unconstitutional laws, so they could just leave me off that list. They just might as well go ahead and drone my house and bomb me down because I wouldn't do that shit to my fellow Americans. I have ears inside the ANAF club. I hear things, Stan says. ANF stands for Army, Navy, Air Force Club. Yeah, me too.
Like it said, it's a club.
Yeah. Pennsylvania is putting through a bill to restrict ammo sales. Oh, yeah, well, this is the perfect time to put through all those bills that they'll never take away. So I would fight those bills just like H.R. Bill 5717 that we talked about last week. Contact your congressman and say hell no to any new legislation, especially during this time. Why would we be putting in any legislation right now? Yeah, that's dumb as shit. My old section leader is now a member of a political party here in the city, says Stan. I hope he wins this time. He is not riding through, so I can't vote for him. Oh, shit. I should get in, at least 2 ounces of silver for a while in the mail from J.M. Boyan. Yep, I get stuff from there as well. Got my order in before the $2.99 minimum. Damn.
Yeah, they're all raising their minimum prices for shipping now, and I mean even then you're paying high premiums for the stuff. Like you're going to be paying basically what you were paying before this minimum of like $16, $17 an ounce.
I'm guessing that the virus we won't show up. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're not going to all meet up, but that's why I talk about having your comms plan, Walter, from Amron. Each group has their own comms plan, but the SOI is, pretty much the structure you want to have it under. Also, if you have a two-way or ham radio, you can go ahead and listen. And, I mean, there's no harm in buying one and listening, especially if you can get information from around your area. It will scroll through MERS, FRS, GRS. I don't believe it does CB frequencies, but you can buy one that does, I'm sure. Let's see, Walter Davis said, bring out You're Dead. Walter gets
Monty
it.
Python reference.
My son hasn't gotten called back yet. that's good. Glad to hear that, Walter. No legislation without representation. Yeah, and repeal any gun law. Yet, keyword, Walter. All right, so yeah, I don't believe in any of that shit. You want to, if the governor has to do that, if you want to abide by the same rules, then you can do that. But they're not going to, so hell with them.
Mhm.
Save your brass, and reload. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm getting my setup going right now. It's been packed away this whole time, but we finally we went through a lot of our old junk, kind of, and with the yard sale as well, getting rid of some stuff because we have a lot less space here than we did up where we were before. So I mean, I got the stuff to reload a lot of stuff, but not everything that I shoot. Like 45, I don't reload that yet. I've saved my brass for it all this time, and I do have primers for it. So technically, I should reload for it, but I need to get more things for that first. That's on my list.
Stan says he has a ham transceiver, but not a license. Yeah, I don't have a license because in America you have to put your name on a list and your address and all that good stuff. So I have 2 ham radios sitting right here in front of me, a complete rig set up, and I can talk if I want to, but I'm not going to because I don't have a license. But I can listen to everything. I also have an SDR, the digital serial radio. I can listen, and if I need to, I can broadcast as well. But like I said, I won't do that because it's illegal. In Pennsylvania, we represent in person armed. Yeah, and that's the only problem with the current situation. I mean, our military included. These people are, if you're sick and everybody gets sick, then how are we going to fight?
Yeah.
But then again, is this really just a Clinton body count climbing? Because it's the Clinton boogaloo. Hell, I don't even know if we can say that one now.
That's a theory. Yeah, it sucks that everybody knows the terminology now. We're gonna have to switch it up.
So leftists, Democrats spread fake news that Rand Paul has infected Senate with coronavirus. What? We definitely need a conspiracy theorist person to take a position in this.
Well, I was reading a little bit about the whole Rand Paul situation when you were gone checking the mail. But I don't know if it's legit or not because it's just this one news source that I got, so I didn't have time.
It's on multiple ones about Rand Paul.
It's on multiple sites that he has it.
Yep.
Well, supposedly, the conspiracy theorist is that Ron Paul infected the Senate on purpose. Claims that the senator hung around the gym and the pool despite knowing he was.
Now, they're all a bunch of old farts, man. They're all the at-risk people there.
I shared a link in the chat earlier with all of the representatives that have been diagnosed. Mitt Romney's one. There's a few others that all have COVID-19.
Mitt Romney, is he actually still in government? Oh my God.
All right, so we'll go ahead and throw this in there for all the. Well, this is definitely going to get taken down, but we'll this is from the dirty Infowars.com. There's your link, and
I love
now
how they say that he's tested positive for the novel coronavirus.
Yeah, well, because the coronavirus itself is an animal. I mean, you usually doesn't transfer to humans from.
Right.
So it's not like. It says Rand Paul's tweeting. Senator Rand Paul has tested positive for COVID-19. He is feeling fine and is in quarantine. He is asymptomatic and was tested out of abundance of caution due to the extensive travel and events. He was not aware of any direct contact with any infected person. Then it says he expects to be back in Senate after his quarantine period ends and will continue to work for the people of Kentucky at this difficult time. 10 days ago, our DC office began operating remotely. Hence, virtually no staff has had contact with Senator Rand Paul. Almost immediately, the fake news that Paul was infected by the state Senate began to spread. A CNN reporter and Democratic Senator Kristen cinema seem to be the primary sources. I have a picture inside the Senate GOP lunch when the door was open Friday. Saw Rand Paul sitting next to other senators. So now the person that is against big government is trying to kill big government. All right.
Hey, man, that's one way to do it.
Well, I mean, since we already know Hillary's doing this, I mean, shit, they should call it the Hillary virus. So I would, I really want to get everybody's mind moving toward the gardening and stuff because, I mean, things are looking bleak, especially if you have a depression. Your little $1,600 or $2,000 check, whatever it is now, is not going to take care of any of this stuff. Need vitamin C, ascorbyl palmitate. Take it now. And nobody's listening. On the upside, we may get to send new blood in the Senate when they all die. Yeah, I don't know. If depends on what new blood you send in there. All these kids still think it's okay to go on spring break. My son's friends are still trying to get him to go to Florida. I'm like, nah. You leave, you don't come back, sir. And so, yeah. Mostly because it has some underlying truth to it. Average age might re-elect the population for change. Average age of Congress is dead. Right, Walter? Or Stan? Yeah, you got to be pretty much in the grave to be in Congress. Which would not be a bad thing if they actually had good values. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, they get in there and they just have shitty values and don't care about the people they're supposed to represent. I mean, career politician, right? You can't do a career in anything anymore because you don't get a pension unless you join Congress.
Right. I mean, they all go in there broke and they come out rich. So.
Yeah, I mean, so what else we got going over here? Barack, there's all kinds of stuff popping up over here. Barack, I guess that's Hussein Obama, who has said more than once, twice, maybe 10 times that he is from Kenya. Real estate billionaire Barack. Oh, no, different Barack Hussein Obama. Says commercial mortgages on the brink of collapse. I read that all backwards. Maybe I'm dyslexic today. Post a link up in the chat for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, like I was saying, garden. Get your seeds now. You should have got them in December, or at least ordered them in November, December. They all get the golden handshake on the way out. Yeah, I don't think that's what they call it, but because if that's remotely close to the golden shower, yeah, you probably don't want anything to do with that. Let's see, Associated Press, Hill talk continued to, I guess Trump appeared to waffle on shutdown. So I posted that up. So, I mean, what do they want? Like, what, you're committing political suicide if you have to shut down a nation completely, because no matter what you call it, it's still going to be martial law. Global cases surpassed 350,000. GE Aviation cuts jobs as virus grounds planes. Massachusetts joins growing number of states ordering residents to stay home. Well, I thought that was a given. I thought we were supposed to stay home. I mean, hell, they shut down everything but... Oh, that's the one thing I was noticing too when I did an AO the other day. Every truck stop is packed full of people. Well, hello, probably don't want to be there. That's where all interstate travel happens. I mean, people make no sense. Like, let's all flock to the place that we know that it could be passing through, right? I swear, like, people have no common sense these days.
So Real
300
Girl is showing off one of her growing things that she's growing in the kitchen.
You can regrow your green onions from scraps just by cutting off the roots and putting them in a cup.
Uh-huh.
People probably don't know about that.
Cool. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that regenerates. Celery. Let's see. You can do lettuce too. Say again.
Bok choy.
Yeah, I don't do bok choy, but
No, bok choy is delicious, man. You should try it.
Delaware Patriot says our seeds are planted and some are. Yeah. I have not done the update video on the cold frames, but yeah, we have the same thing going on. I'm getting ready to plant some more. Today, go ahead and get a bunch of starts going. The Golden Handshake is a corporate handshake deal. They get on the way out.
You had a golden parachute? I thought that was a golden parachute.
Golden shower, that's totally different. Get your mind out together, man.
Why is everything so golden around here?
Well, it's because they give you gold spoons in Congress that you feed yourself with, so you're in, la la land. Yep, you can always clone too. Oh shit, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to really do, like, but definitely get your food security.
Yeah, that's a good one to push. Above all else, if you're not eating and you're not drinking water, what the hell are you doing? So
yeah,
get that in order first before all the other fun stuff.
Definitely the militant farmer approach is what you want to do. Maybe that's what we should call instead of Rally Point Irish. Instead of calling it the project for the farm, we should call it see, brain damage. We should call it something else. The militant farmer. Train with Marines and learn how to farm, fight, and the other 4-letter word that I can't probably say on here that would be derogatory. I'm not starting seeds for another couple weeks. I can't plant outside till second week of May. Okay.
Yeah, I'm already way behind. January was our mid-month January. That's when we're supposed to plant. I got some stuff out there. We'll see if it takes.
I'll have to dig up. I have an article that I wrote on that Riddle Girl, and we'll do a video on it.
Good.
She's leaving me again?
No, she's antsy. She can't sit still. She does not like being quarantined.
Well, you could take her out on an AO. You guys can go out on a drive, just 10-mile radius of your house.
Car,
yeah, that's in quarantine. We have a HEPA filter in our vehicles, so the air comes in from a HEPA filter. So just to get out, like I understand, got to get out. But my wife just goes on the AOs with me just to, Oh, speaking of that, news to report: we have military vehicles at our health department. Red, like the old shit. Kind of like the Humvees, but the medical ones that have the big red cross on them. They have another a vehicle, like an armored vehicle, that has like the big. I guess state police has the one that has the Bearcat or something with the fucking battering ram on it. That's sitting there. All the police stations and stuff there's Humvees sitting there now. So ours, Delaware Patriot, all of them are started indoors. Yes. You could start them outside if you have any scrap lumber and some old windows. So that's something to look for. Or an old door. You pick up a bag of the cheapest dog food you can find, and you put that in there and then put a bag of topsoil over top of it, and it'll actually cause kind of like damn it, I can't think. Like compost to begin, and you can plant them right inside there. Put some straw over them, and it'll help. It'll actually cause it to heat up, so you can grow tomato starts. Sorry. Outside transplanting still ways off. Same here, DP. But not with veggies. Laugh out loud. You can start growing cold crops now, depending on your area. But you can grow spinach, onions. You can start your garlic and everything now. In my area, anyway, zone 6. I'm starting to flush this week, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean, but that's okay. Unless you're doing toilet gardening where you put it in a bowl.
Dow rallied back up. Of course, I got to prop up that greenhouse effect. Yeah, it's a cold frame. So basically, you put a little box together like you would a raised bed, and then you have it angled toward the sun in the wintertime, or you can get at least 4 to 6 weeks a head start on it. But I always put my starts in there. I used to do little greenhouses, and they cost me $40-50 each one. But I did a remodel job for my sister-in-law, and she got rid of all of her windows and got new windows. So she gave me all the old windows and the doors. So we converted all those to cold frames. Yeah, Irish. I use the box one. Okay. All right. Sorry. There was a question mark after the effect. That's why I was going through the. But yeah, you can have like your cold crops. You can go ahead and start those and start harvesting those before they bolt. I ripped a bunch of old single pane windows out of a cabin. Yep. That's the way to go. The trick with the dog food, though, is really cool because most here we use horse manure, but I read an article that said that you can use dog food and then place your bag of topsoil or whatever on top of the dog food, and it actually breaks down like compost, and it heats up the soil so you don't have to have a heated bed for your tomatoes to go ahead and start. Well,
I had
I
one
will
of those
be.
nice roll-out heated mats for seed
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah.
When I had the money, I bought that. It still works. Just haven't done it in a few years. Next year, definitely. Hopefully, we'll have everything set up more. This year will be kind of a test to see what it actually grows and getting the garden. Luckily, the garden has been sitting there for a while, so I mean, it had time to really get the soil nice and
Loamy.
nutrient filled.
Loamy. Yeah, cheap and easy LEDs. Yeah, the growing LEDs were really cheap. I'm sure they're sold out now because everybody's seen it. Oh, well, I need UVC light to kill the virus. So they got grow lights as soon as you walk in the door, which is also bad for your eyes, just saying. But hey, never heard of the dog food, though. That's a great tip. I wonder if I could add that to our regular compost. I'll find the article. I read it on one of the other chats, but of course I moved everything because I was.
Yeah, I didn't know much about all the different grow lights and how to grow plants indoors, so I bought one of these. It's like the fluorescent lights, That was not cheap. That was like $100 for a little one. So.
Is it okay to put coffee grounds in your composter?
Oh yeah, Riddle Girl had this question for you: composter or sprinkle over the garden?
You can sprinkle it all over the garden or put it in the composter.
Anyway.
The only problem I'm going to say with that is if you have Japanese beetles, if you have an infestation of Japanese beetles, put it in the composter. Don't put it on the ground, because the larva will attract moles and voles. So in order to counteract that, I have to use milky spore. It's like a box of 10 billion or trillion or something. and you sprinkle that all over the yard, and these spore spread out in the yard and kill all the larvae, only the bad ones. But that's the only thing I've noticed, is that my mole population got larger whenever I started putting it directly on the ground. Because the Japanese, well, I'm just saying, the Japanese beetles actually feed off the nitrogen-rich coffee grounds. So when they're little grubs-looking things, they feed off of it. So Stan says LEDs are at a point of getting over 3 micro MOLS per cubic centimeter. Huge output. You also have to watch for fungi outdoors and molds. Oh, because improper air. Yeah, well, I go out. That's the first thing I do whenever I walk outside, Stan, is I crack open the cold frame, the windows on top of the cold frames, so that they have airflow and all that stuff going through there. Because yeah, you don't want mold. I thought about putting the gas shocks for the greenhouse vents and on those, because after like $25 a piece, I think. But anyways, if you put them on the windows, I just have to make a modification to the wood frame. But what it is a gas shock. Once it gets hot inside the greenhouse, it'll work for the cold frame as well. But once it gets hot inside there, so hot that gas shock fills up, the oil gets hot and it raises the lid. So that's something you can implement if you have a lot of stuff and you're lazy like me. Don't have time to. I mean, I do it every morning, but that's why it's right beside the house in the wife's kitchen garden. So I got mold on some of my plants because they weren't getting air. Yes. Check out those little gas shocks. There are 4 greenhouses. They actually, like I said, they open up whenever it gets too hot. Allows out the heat. I had planted them too close together. Yeah, definitely. Planting issue. Yeah, planting anything too close together, no air circulation. That's definitely going to cause mold problems. I didn't pull all the mallow weeds out because I found. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, the ladybugs are a good beneficial insect. So yeah, leave some of them. I know you said they're a pain in the butt, but I would leave them because you want beneficial insects. Any of you ever do a greenhouse year round? I'd like to try it for herbs and tomatoes at least. Yes, and it's a pain in the ass to heat. If you can build a big enough compost, I'll shit your way up there in Delaware, though. I don't know. Earth. Do a earth sheltered greenhouse. So dig it down. That would probably be the best way. It's going to regulate temperature. I have seen a method where you can use composting to heat water. So they would put the black pipe on the ground, coil it up, and have your input and output. And then they put cattle fencing around it, and then they build their composting heap inside of that ring on top of the black plastic tubing. And as it breaks down over the winter, it feeds hot water. Of course, you have to have a circulating pump and all that good stuff. But the best way I would say, Delaware, is to put a an earthen greenhouse with a top on it. Let's see, the greenhouse that sticks out of the top. Let me see if I can find an article on that. I have all this stuff in books, but I can't, as far as, and I'm sure you don't want to hear me mumble my way through fucking reading that, so. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, it's great for people like me to have somebody like you who likes to read to then make a video about what you learned in the book that you just read about. Because I'm not a reader. I mean, I can, but I don't comprehend very well when I do. And it's just, I'm more of a somebody show me, and then I'll try to redo it myself, and that's how I usually learn. So it has its place to learn that, read it, and then make a video about it for people like me.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I do all my videos off the cuff. I just do them, because if I was reading from a script, I'd be like mumble mouth motherfucker. So, all right, here's the article, Delaware. There's quite a few if you just go to Mother Earth News and type it in. That's just one that I found real quick with my fat finger searching. Yeah, the only problem with indoors, if you have animals or kids, or you don't water them, the main thing. And you have to have a south-facing window that gets enough hours of sunlight. You could build a lean-to off the side of your house. A greenhouse lean-to is what we've done. And it used to be a window, and I would open it during the wintertime to allow the heat in, because we use thermal batteries. And by thermal battery, I mean black plastic water totes painted black. Mm-hmm. So that absorbs the heat from the south side of the wall. Anyways, that's how we heat the greenhouse. There's a door that separates the house, but you can open it up in the wintertime and feel the hot air coming in. Only problem is you don't want a bunch of steam coming in the house. It's a great place to go if you want to, clear your cold. Because it's like, we're going to try a lemon, lime, and I think the wife wants to put a banana miniature tree in there. So, but I can't show you that because it shows you stuff that would be related to security stuff that I don't want people to know. We had a good cranky method.
Yeah, this is it.
What's cranky?
Right here.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you got like a miniature.
It's kind of a hydroponic thing without the bubbler, right? So
yeah.
You see these holes? These are the exact same size holes as a shot glass solo cup. That you can get a whole bunch of them for $1, right? You cut some holes in the bottom of the solo cup. I do 4 holes or 4 slits in the bottom sides, evenly spaced, and then either rock wool or your choice of medium. You could even do peat in here. Whatever you start growing. We do our herbs in here. You do need to have more than just water. You have to have like nutrients. So do your research on the 3 different levels of nutrients you need. We use, I forget the name of it, but I mean, we have a method of like bath salts and
bath salts. Damn.
Not the kind you smoke, bro.
Gonna chew your face off.
Epsom salt, right? Epsom salt.
Right. Magnesium sulfate.
Yeah. You know, why are you making fun, bro? You know what I mean?
Because you said bath salts, and I'm thinking the only thing I can think of is back in the day when we used to talk shit about people chewing people's faces off.
Right. I forget what's the name of the company that we got all of our nutrients from.
I don't know. Let me go look at the
top. We got like a big ton of it for very cheap, and we still have quite a bit left. I forget the gardening channel that I was into at the time. It was a really big one, I think, and they had recommended it, and so that's why I went with them.
Actually, I don't know where that stuff is.
No, never mind. But that's a good way. If you got your nutrients and you want an herb garden, you can put that inside the house. We had it near the window in the kitchen, and it just took off, especially the basil. The basil really took off.
You can start a small grow tent off Amazon for under $500 with a decent LED light. Yeah. So what I done, whenever I first started figuring all this stuff out, like I wanted a grow house, but I didn't want to spend the $10,000 to buy a greenhouse. So we have a sloping hill boop, it goes like this. So I went down there and took my treated 2x4s and my treated 4x4s and made essentially what was become an earth sheltered greenhouse. Fuck. Anyways, so I had dug out the earth. So I had 3 sides, and on the back side, I didn't have enough earth to fill it up. So all I did was I set my door frame in there, and then I used straw bales to build up the back wall. So the back wall was made out of straw for many, many years. And you just keep replacing the straw, and then you have your earth sheltered greenhouse. It was by no means I'm not a carpenter, so it wasn't by no means,
As long as it gets the job done.
Yeah. Plus, it was out of sight, out of mind, unless you walked off the back of the hill and realized you were standing on top of a greenhouse. The only way you was going to see it is that way, unless you're flying. I guess you can see it flying. Thanks for the tips. I've had a little window herb. Yeah. The only problem with that at my house is the mother-in-law knocks it off. The cats knock it off. I have a really huge grow window. I think it's 10 by 10. And I put like fold-out shelves on it so you can do it. And then every time I put anything on it, these little pricks knock it off. No matter how high I put it in the top of the window, they knock it off. But they're my wife's 2 favorite kitties, so you can't, they haven't came up missing yet. But they may. They may if they, don't quit fucking around. So has anybody heard from Tactical Tone?
Not in the last day. I didn't hear from him this weekend, but I wasn't really on YouTube that much this weekend. I didn't even see that you posted videos until like late last night.
I was going
By
to
the
post,
way, which are very great. I appreciate those videos quite a bit. There's definitely some things that we're going to need to go over, either privately or on one of those. I don't care which, but I got some security issues that I need to address from watching your video.
top of the line LED system, about 400 in parts and about 2 hours of your time to put it together. Fucking cat.
The spider crawled out of a box.
Yeah, Delaware Patriot has the same problem. I noticed the other night in your chat that you had to go whenever the wife showed up too. That's kind of how it works here. I got, wife shows up, she always has some honey-do list. So what do you want to talk about the door stuff? We can go over that real quick. I got the mock-up over there. I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it on. Well, first of all, this door here, if I was to show you this door here, I would probably get banned off YouTube because there's 1, 2, 3. There's like 3 weapons that are really, strapped to the door. So like if you open the door, you got something to grab and shank somebody. But plus the lighting's really bad.
Right.
Don't show your address. We're live.
No, I can't. Although my video looks like it's paused. Oh, there it is.
You're still moving. All right. Yeah.
Oh, I believe I tried to do 3-inch screws in there.
Okay.
What you were talking about is them spreading your door, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I have that problem because, as you see, here's my screen door, which is pretty stout. Dog. We got the steel bars right here, and then this is really thick mesh. It also has a deadbolt that goes there, so they could probably easily spread that. But then they have this. You have to get through. What is that? It looks like at least a quarter, if not half an inch.
Okay, that piece right there is what I was talking about, referring to. I didn't have a piece to mock that up, but if you can pry that apart, what I do on all those is I'll take wood glue, like construction caulk, and glue that board down, because some of those boards, I don't know if yours can, I can't tell by the video, but some of those you can take a screwdriver and pry that open, and which will give you direct access to the.
Here is the metal piece that's for the screen door, and it has these screws that you're not able to back out.
Also, it goes into the frame. Well, you got concrete. Yeah, you shouldn't have a problem with spreading because you have you know a brick. Now you can always go in there behind that and put some more mortar or something. But let me see. Go closer to that door frame. Yeah, I don't know if you could peel yours off. Some of them you could peel off, and then you could have access to the locks, which then they could just.
This right here. There is no seam. I believe this is all one piece where it bends. So I believe this is metal. Or, I mean, it might be wood, but that would be weird for it to be cut out like that.
Test it with a magnet, and you'll find out.
Hold on. Let me find one.
And if it's metal, it's harder for them to. But a lot of people still have wood door frames. So, what we were talking about, I'll go grab that piece.
No, it's not magnetic.
Yeah,
I tried to put 3-inch screws in here before, because as I said, I have one almost exactly like yours. And before we even talked about this, I was thinking it would be good to put those in instead of these little ones that it came with. But it seemed like they wouldn't go all the way in. At least
they probably hit concrete.
Yeah.
They probably hit the concrete. So
I wasn't able to do that, but I did put them in the door. Yeah. So
this like usually there's that board that you were just showing that goes behind this, but a lot of those if you have an older door is just tack nailed on here with a like an arrow nail gun or a tax, right? So that little strip that keeps the what the hell's the name of that stuff? The inner sealing rim is usually not one piece, homogeneous with this door frame. So you could pry it loose. So what I suggest on something like that is you go in there and you take construction adhesive and glue that down, and then put some screws in that. And then also most door frames, if they're wooden, they just use a few nails. So like I did this one as a mock-up. So this is the shims, and that's usually how far they put them apart, depending on where they need the door to flex at, right? So if the door is flexed down here, but it's got a smaller gap up there, they'll put more or less shims, but they don't really focus on this part. And then if you, I don't know if you can see it, but if you squeeze that just with my hand, it flexes. So now if you put a pry bar, an axe or anything in there, a Halligan, they're not, it's going to flex really easy. And if you don't have a deadbolt, you can collapse that lock surface from here and easily make entry. So with the deadbolt, it does go into this 2x4 because it does the 1 inch, and I took my tape measure over there, but it will go 1 inch into here. But you want to build this part up so that you have structural integrity at this lock and that one, so it doesn't flex. And if you can fill that gap, you're gonna have a lot better chance. They make a big kit that you can put in. This
I'm just kind of wondering
steel.
what I do, now that I can't put in those 3-inch screws. It's like
the biggest ones you can put in.
Do I drill into the concrete?
You can get Tapcons. Tapcon's another type of screw that drills into concrete and masonry stuff. If you do a masonry bit, then you would want to put epoxy. You'd want to get a concrete epoxy, and then sink the bolt or screw in that, and then fill epoxy around it.
By the way, to stand, I do have deck screws. So I have 3-inch deck screws, kind of like what Irish had in that video with the with the star bit and the whole bit, and it's even coated with the same substance or whatever to prevent rusting. But yeah, it doesn't go all the way in. I tried that, so I don't know what to do with that one. One thing I probably could do is replace that door. I don't know how much a solid wooden door costs, but the one that we have is definitely not a solid door.
Well, I mean, you don't even. I mean, the solid door. Is it one of those that's got the metal, fiberglass, and then a metal sandwich?
No, it looks like it's a hollow wooden door, to be honest.
Damn, bro, that's right. You're losing all your heat right there. You're cool.
Oh, I know. Believe me, this place has got a lot of issues, and we rent, so I don't know how much of it I want to put into it, but yeah, it's definitely like a hollow door, and
So it's metal on the outside, wood on the yeah. So that you can still do the dead man that I showed you. These things.
yeah.
Just do 2 or 3 of them. Do like one right above the lock and one down a little bit around your knees, and that's definitely going to stop them. I mean, you can beat that door to death. That's one of those composite doors.
So like the metal front is a good thing then.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than a hollow door. That's. I mean, just you know how like a car door flexes, right? If you lean against it, if there's no support, that's I mean, the cheaper the metal door is, the cheaper it's going to flex. So, minimal expanding foam helps seal the gap around. Yeah, 3 times foam. Love that stuff. You could probably see it above my head up there.
I love expanding foam. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah, that's how we used to make cowlings and stuff. You have 2-part epoxy foam. You dump it out on a table, let it swell up, shape it however you want to shape it, whatever shape you need it in, and then steel core door. Yes, there's ways to improve that, but I mean, you'd have to have a welding rig, and I really don't want to show people how to armor their door. You can buy a steel plate. It's a couple £100. You need to have reinforced hinges. I mean, I could show you all kinds of stuff. I'm just trying to. The main goal here is to help you slow stuff down, so that you have time to get and react. The thing with the issue with the hinges, some people's hinges actually face outward like this, so that you can see the rounded part. And with enough pressure, you can take most of these. Like this one's been sealed, but a lot of these you can take and knock this pin with a punch, push this out the top, and then you've just defeated the hinges. So the part with, are the hinges accessible from the outside, which they're usually not on an in-swung door. So that's something you want to look at. You could also go to a piano hinge. That'll add a lot of strength on your door. A piano hinge is this, just like it sounds. It's the one that runs across the back of the piano. Some of your fancy screen doors have it. But you can also put it on your house door if you want the added security for that. Let's see.
So yeah, this is the bad door. This is where that area is that you want me to wall off or whatever. Right?
Yeah. You need to build something right there. Oh, yep, right there.
Yeah.
Stop.
This is
that.
I see it. This is the door that goes into the kitchen area, right? So this is an outside to inside door.
Right.
It swings outwards. That has hinges on the outside.
Right. So I won't go in I won't really go into how to defeat those hinges, but that's a metal Rosen core door. Yep. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that later. But those hinges are easily defeated.
One thing it does have though is it has a key on the inside and the outside.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the double cylinder deadbolt lock. That's cool. Yeah. That's something you want to have whenever there's a window in the door, because if they break out the window, they can't just reach in there and unlock it and gain access to your house.
Right.
So you could put dead men on that door, but you'd have to go through the door, put the dead men on the door, and then put the 2x4 against the wall inside.
Well, we'll have to go over that a little bit more later.
Well, I have a wooden door frame that I'm going to do today. So whenever I filmed the video, the video was awkward and didn't look good, so I just didn't upload the first one. I made the temporary. I just didn't want to build a whole damn door frame. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also didn't want to destroy the wooden door and door frame that I'm getting ready to work on. So yeah. But the hinges, that's bad juju.
Oh yeah.
Outside, I didn't think I would see that. Honestly, I just put it out there because I thought it was an oddity. And some people, you know what I mean? Some people may or may not, but I've not, I figured a garage door maybe, but that's part of your house.
That's the set. We have 2 doors into this place. The front door and the kitchen door. That's the kitchen door. The front door was the first one that I showed you with the screen door, which, this is about as good as I could hope for. That one, that one's all sorts of vulnerable.
So Delaware Patriot says those, the ones that go on the bottom, you can essentially make that with 2x4 and drill a couple of holes in the floor. It doesn't have the cool features, but you can put a piece of plate steel in the floor, drill 2 holes in it, get a piece of L bracket, and drill your holes to match the holes to the plate you put in the floor, and then you essentially just put that damn thing in the floor. Those are cool. I don't know how much they cost, but they can be made with hand tools for like $10. So you can make probably 10 of them with minimal tools. I just like the dead bin because it's easier for people that don't want to bend over. Plus, I get really aggravated whenever something that gets stuck in the floor gets lost. Your wife picks it up and puts it somewhere, and I have to spend 10 minutes looking for something. Nobody's gonna walk out of your house with a 2x4 that's leaned up against the back of the door. So if you paint it to match the door, then you're good. You can always use the boy. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Stan. The dead man. That's what I call it. I don't know what it's called really, and other people's terminology, but that uses these brackets. You put them on the back of the door, and then just slide your 2x4 in there.
That's great for my front door. That's not so great for that door.
Well, that'll work. That'll work. You could take the 2x4. You just have to have longer bolts. So you could take a 2x4 or a 4x4 or whatever and build up from that door. So you know how that door is inset a little bit like this? You could take those and run bolts through the door, through a piece of steel preferably, but like stacked 2x6s or stacked 2x4s on that door, so that this sits flush with the wall, and then you could just put the 2x4 in here, and it would butt up against the wall instead of that. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't it just be easy for them to take off the 2x4 first?
No, you on the inside. So on the inside of the door, you drill 2 holes to the door that match this, right? So, and then you could stack 2x4s or 2x6s on the inside of the door, so that you move this bracket from the door on the inside out.
I don't think you understand how this thing works.
No, I'm tracking, bro.
All right. Well, just give me a.
You're not picking up what I'm laying down.
Look, you see how deep this is?
Yeah.
This has got to be like 4 or 5 inches deep.
So now what I'm saying is if you stacked up 2x4s on the inside of the door, right, and you drilled through them, and then stuck this so that it pushes this from being on the door out away from the door.
You're talking like a block of wood here that comes out to match with this.
Yeah, and then you could just put these on the door through the wood that you stacked up on the door, and then put your 2x4 between the 2 points where your wall is.
I guess it depends on what this door is made out of, though, to be honest. Because if it's not a solid freaking door, it's just gonna rip off.
If you don't have a horizontal, but see, this would also stop them from if they took the hinges off. They can't get the door out. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had two of those, they could, like, if they took the hinges off, the door wouldn't move around because you'd have one, midway and one at the bottom. So this essentially like you dog the door down like you would on a ship. You don't have to have horizontal for entry. You can put one in vertically. Says Stan. Okay. Walter Davis says, I was working on a house. The guy was bragging about impeccable 1500, unpickable 1500 lock. I was in the house in 4 seconds. The look on the guy's face. Yeah.
Well, we're not trying to make it so it's impenetrable here. We're trying to make it so it's a delay. I have a very small house. They're going to get in no matter what. But the more time I have to react to that, the better. Because as I said, it's a small house. They could be with the big window here. As me and Irish have already been kind of going over, they could be through that window and into my bedroom before I'm even awake. Now I have other ways of security, other measures like a dog who will rip their fucking face off. That'll at least slow them down a little bit.
He said unpickable, because most locks, like they have locks that are bump proof and stuff like that. But if you have a pagoda set, you can pick a lock. So it's not really that hard. You can go search out the sources. I'm not going to give you information, but you can go find out. It's legal to learn how to lock pick. It's not a big deal.
Oh, yeah. Locksmiths do it in order to become a locksmith. It has to be legal.
The Delaware Patriot says the one piece. These are one-piece self-contained bolts to the door, spring-loaded foot pedal, no bending over involved. Okay, so the ones I thought you were talking about was the ones that you have to pull out. Gosh, that's the only one I've seen. He says there's a different version at Home Depot for $20. Okay. Sorry, I was not aware of that. My bad for assuming that I knew what the hell I was talking about. Nothing is impenetrable to most. It's just another challenge, right? Because if you have a chop saw you can V-cut around that, but there's also ways to stop that. So like if you wanted to strengthen the door so that they couldn't take the saw, basically it's a concrete saw with a fiber blade on it, and what happens is they'll V where the locks are, they'll just completely cut a V in it, so it defeats the purpose of the locks being there. Well, what you do is you take a really long drill bit and run the drill bit inside the door frame or the door pocket, and then you fill that with steel rods, so that whenever they try to make that V with the saw, they hit that and it fucks the blade up because the blade is made out of fiber and it's cutting sideways. Shy of somebody using det cord to get in your house, there's ways around it. If they have det, if they have det cord, you're screwed. So, it's probably
prolong it for sure.
There's all kinds of ways to strengthen the door. You can get a vault door. Essentially, is what it boils down to, and put it on your front door of your house. That'll stop bullets, won't burn, torch resistant. Depends on how big you want to go. If you have unlimited fundage, I can put a door that's water cooled on your front door, and they can't cut the shit with a torch. They make all kinds of fantastic stuff, but
not that.
I'm just trying.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to give tips to some that everyone can do.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the local thuggery around here, not the local PD. The PD SWAT teams or whatever, they're going to get through no matter what. I don't have enough money to prevent them from getting through. So I'm not worried about them as much as I am about local people that, with all this shit going around looking for supplies because they can't find it at Walmart.
Walter says he got into the lock. Yeah. That's the dead man's the easiest thing that I love using them because I mean, this is simple, old school technology, and it doesn't matter how hard you beat on the door. Like that's going to give you enough time. I mean, we've tried with one of those door knockers, what they call them. The police, because my family's police and my buddies are some of them are police officers and stuff. And we tried it with one of those big liquid-filled door knockers. It looks like a post driver, but it's got the big handles on it, like a battering ram
Yeah.
type thing. And those things just hold up. Like they're phenomenal. So I mean, especially if you want time, like to get to your safe room, to whatever you want to do. If he's worried about home invasion, learn how to use his American rights. Yeah, most people that have $10 million mansions don't. They only sport shoot unless you're El Chapo. If you're using a breach and charge, damn, yeah, I know. I mean, but like you got it. People seems like everybody has to run a different gambit. Hand ram. Yeah, I think they call it something else here. I mean, everybody has their, hick version name of it or hillbilly name, but it's basically a post driver is filled full of water or concrete on one end. The one they have is you can fill it with water, or I don't think it's actually water. I think it's antifreeze or something, because water would rust the inside of it out. But whatever. Yeah. Like I could spend 2 weeks on door security alone, but nobody has the money to do that. You can buy the doors, buy a steel door, and then go in and cut it open on the backside, peel the skin off, reinforce it, fill it full of gravel, and then weld the back part of the door back on, and it'll pretty much slow down or stop a lot of bullets. I don't think average skinny is using det cord at your door. Yeah.
No, probably not.
Right. But, I mean, people like you've some of the comments I've gotten over the years is just like, damn, people like want to know stuff, but you can't say too much.
I don't know, man. I say a lot.
Well, there's a thin line between me saying, because I don't want it to be used for evil, I guess. So that's one of my.
Well, the thing is if you show how to break into a door, yes, you're giving somebody, the knowledge of how to do it. But at the same time, you're also showing people how little they actually know, and now they have something to try to prevent that from happening. So I don't know. I see it both ways. I see, bad people will do bad things with the information, but good people will do good things with the information as well. That's just something that you got to figure out, I guess.
Yeah, for sure, Stan. The criminals are usually better armed. Yeah, you got to think like a criminal, though, to beat them, You damn near have to join them. Damn near have to join them. Just don't do all the crazy stuff.
I found my toilet paper.
All right. It's probably Corona filled.
This is pretty old stuff, man. I've had this forever.
The police, yeah. If you watch some of that shit, I'm like, why are we militarizing the police?
Yeah, a long time ago, man.
Yeah, I know. That's the dumbest shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my cousin is he's Popo. And one of my best buddies he's a sheriff. So
Well, it's good to have people that you know in that position. You'll do a lot better that way than if you don't have any family in there.
well, I think my cousin, he's a big enough douche. He would probably just do whatever they said. But
Well, that's not good.
He's a good order follower, I guess. I think he just likes the power. I call it little man syndrome. He's shorter than I am.
What it is. It's all
He's
about
older.
the power, bro.
He's older than me, but he's shorter than me. But yeah, I don't know. I never took a shit when we were growing up, so I guess that's just I'm not gonna take it now.
Right.
It's a love-hate relationship. Yeah.
Badge doesn't mean you're any less than the pussy.
Yes, Dan, for sure. It's a love-hate relationship. My cousin, he's a dick. Like he would give my aunt a ticket. I'm sure, his own mother. So that's how big of a douche he is. If that says anything.
That's pretty douchey.
But I get to go along and do some fun stuff with them, watch what they're up to and stuff. So. Exactly, Stan, which is why I say I doubt cash will ever go away. Police need illicit money too. Yeah, no cash. We got to keep cash, no matter how nasty it is. Maybe we should come up with a laundering system that you can, a wallet that UV lights your cash. You can insert it and UV cleans it for you, so you don't have any dead hookers or coronavirus on it.
All right.
Sterilizes all the blood, coke, and coronavirus. I really should put some thought into that trunk fogging system, man. That's been weighing heavily on my mind now, thinking about how I could put a Lysol fogger in the trunk of the car so that you could fog. But then you would contaminate meat and stuff if you wasn't sealed properly. So
kind of like a smoke screen of the old car tape movie.
Oh no, because Tony was talking about he wanted to start delivering food and stuff to the old people or elderly or whatever, and I said, well, shit, you just need a fogging system in the trunk, so that you could decontaminate everything in the trunk, so that way when you carry it up to the door, it'll be clean.
Gotcha.
They can make a barter system, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll trade you this hooker for that kilo of cocaine.
A little blow for blow.
Yeah. Pump Lysol to the exhaust. No, Tony was talking about delivering stuff to elderly people and figuring out how to decontaminate it. My mind immediately went to like a fogging system for his trunk, so that once he put the stuff in there, you could close the trunk, hit a button, and it would fog the entire trunk. Decontaminate anything.
All right.
Rolling Lysol. Yeah. Instead of rolling coal. So nobody has anything new to report other than ammo shortages.
Well, to be honest, I didn't go out this weekend, so I don't really have much to report around us other than just a general knowledge of more ghetto birds lately, which to me, doesn't sound great. So, heavier police presence than normal is all I've got to really report from over here. We still don't have martial law here. We're still allowed to go out whenever we want, luckily. But, how long is that going to last? Some parts of America are already closed down. At least New York and California last time I heard, but maybe more than that now.
They're not. There's definitely staging stuff to do it here. I heard that it was supposed to be Sunday, but it may be today. So, it didn't go into effect. But Governor Beshear in Kentucky was implementing that all that shit needs to be closed down as of Monday, including car lots. He's not wanting any car lots or nothing open. Which, I don't know a whole lot of people out buying cars in the middle of the cerveza apocalypse, but
I guess, huh?
I just went out and did an AO. Drove around, to see what's going on. So,
how's it looking in your area?
like I said, the health department's starting to have a buildup of medical vehicles that are military medical vehicles. That battering ram thing is new. Like the Bearcat looking thing. High Desert Pioneer. Was watching my videos at 2:30, which is probably what, midnight your time. Walter Davis says New Jersey.
It's like 11:30 here.
Yeah. Walter Davis says New Jersey is officially closed. Supposedly some Walmarts are still honoring their pickup. Well, you order it online and go pick it up, but it's 2 days out now. Canada's police and military can't do shit. Scheisel. For the most part, the numbers are too small and our geography too vast for them to do anything other than containment. Yeah, well, with COG, continuity of government, they're just going to protect the cities anyway. So all these rural areas will be left to fend for themselves. So, I mean, we don't have the military power to do that either. We do have
That's
some
kind of what I want. I wish I had that,
Yeah, I mean, we do have organizations. Let's see there's. I don't, the term militia I don't think applies, but what's the hell? There's a couple of them. I mean, there's the militia, obviously. There's some of those guys that run around thinking they're 3%ers, but they're training.
I'm one of those guys.
They're training piss poor. Oh no! These guys are jokes. Like a kid with a BB gun could take out most of them. But they think they're badass. But
right.
Let's see, Oath Keepers. That's a fairly good organization from what I've seen.
I've noticed that some oath keepers don't really keep their oath either. So, or they pick and choose which oath to follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, every organization has its ass hats, or you just got to weed out if you weed them out, if not, then the organization's crappy.
I'm an oath follower. I won't take your guns, but here, let me write you a ticket because we need your tax donation to the state. That you didn't do you didn't hurt nobody or nothing. You went 5 miles and over the speed limit.
Oh no, that's not
nobody.
Oath Keepers. I don't think is that a cop? That's not a cop organization. That was started by a Marine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, it might have started with Marines, but there's cops that are oath keepers too.
Oh.
Supposedly.
Well, who knows? Every organization has its bad people, and you gotta run them out.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't belong to any of them. I have, my militant farming, and that's it. My dogs and my 10 kids and my wife and mother-in-law. That's all I have. You're under the crown. You Americans ruined the militia system for the rest of us under their thumb. They banned militias in the Dominion. Well, it wasn't us. It's the fucking bad people that didn't weed out. Like the militia movement got bad stuff from the idiot that blew up not the World Trade Center, the Oklahoma City bombing. He was like an army dropout. Yeah, I don't even want to say that prick's name, cocksucker. People like that cause a lot of problems. And then, of course, everybody inevitably wants to have something that's illegal. So, you get those people that, oh, yeah, let's do this. And the damn feds, which is entrapment in my eyes, talks people into doing something as stupid as Ruby Ridge, cutting a 1/100th of an inch off a shotgun too short, and then it turns into a fucking massacre nightmare. So illegal gun laws are bullshit. You will go ahead, speak what you want there, sir.
It's not a very popular opinion, but I think if Timothy McVeigh hadn't killed anybody, he'd be a hero more than he is now. Obviously, he should have done that, that was in response to the whole Waco thing, and Waco pissed me the fuck off. So I can kind of see that. Now I don't condone what he did, right? But I mean, if you're gonna do something in response to something like that, you definitely don't want to take innocent lives. Which, according to the reports, take that for a grain of salt. You know, he did take innocent lives, so who knows?
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the whole problem. Like there in any organization, whether it be the military, a militia. I mean, hell, look at the military. That guy shot all them people down in Fort Hood, Texas, or whatever the hell it was. He was a vetted person, but we don't distance ourselves from the military, right? So, but you can't. But then it's run by the government too, so that Delaware Patriot says Oath Keepers has a civilian militia wing, and those that are active duty LEO and military that sympathize and identify ethnically, physiologically, and ideologically.
And Stan's referring to the American Revolution, and they don't. Yeah, that's why they banned militias in Canada, because they didn't want to get overthrown themselves. You should have taken that time. It's too late now.
You will pay for your tea.
That would have been a perfect time to be like, hey, if they can do it, we can do it too.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, you were our neighbors to the north, and after we beat the British back, it wouldn't have been that hard to be like, yeah, we can help you out too.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah, let's run them back.
Most of the people there are like, no, we want our taxation with our representation. We'll be your new bitch.
Yeah. Bend over and grab your ankles and cough.
Don't want to cough.
Squeeze it tight for me. Oh, well, everything has went off the chains, so.
Yeah, we're not too bad off. We've definitely covered a lot of topics, which is always good.
It's definitely the gambit of, let's check. Nope, don't want to check the small business. No, not disaster loans for small businesses. What the fuck? We don't need that map. We don't need that map. GIS data. This is where Riddle Girl was talking about the influx of stuff. Everybody, I'm sure, already has that. But
have we checked up on how many people infected / how many people died since Friday?
Well, the number is super small right now, so let's see. 353,692 total confirmed cases. 15,430 deaths, and supposedly 100,000 recovered.
Worldwide, though, right?
But we've had our first death here, so. Yeah, no. Let's see what it stands say. Two factions. What? The two factions that wanted to join the U.S. colonies, but they were quickly quashed.
Yeah. Means stamped out.
What a great motto, Stinger. I don't want to cough.
It hurts to cough when they got your fingers up your balls.
So nothing really new. Kumo, 80% will get the virus. I think everybody's going to get the virus. I just don't want to get the virus when the friggin' 99% of the hospital beds are full if I need it. Olympics delayed a year. Pope calls for prayer. Fed goes all in, and Weinstein tests positive. Who cares? Weinstein's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, I hope I don't get it, because as I said, anybody who's at high risk, yeah, they get it.
Oh, God.
And then there comes that question: do I get the shot, or do I not?
No. Ever since I got out of the military, I quit taking the shots. And I haven't had the flu or any of that crap,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess allergy stuff, but
I've had the flu like maybe twice or 3 times in my life. It's usually once a decade. And I've never had the shot. But, you know, things have changed health-wise for me a lot lately in the last year. So
Loss sense of smell could be a peculiar clue to you that you have the coronavirus infection. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Please carry on.
Fine.
I forgot the damn mic's on.
It's
Continue
a
on.
smell, huh? That's an interesting fact.
Post that link up. So I'm screwed because I can't smell anything because my allergies are screwed up. There was a tavern in Toronto where the Redcoats quashed a meeting of the group were pushing for Upper Canada to join the colonies in revolt. In North Korea, it seems if you catch it, you get shot. So,
there's your cure right there.
Yeah. It sounds like China. You got a fever, let's drag you out and put you in the crematory.
Ugh. Governments, I tell you what.
Let's see what kind of new videos we got posted up on the UB2B.
Well, maybe Stan, maybe this next revolt you guys will join in. Because I think there's something coming, man. It's got to be something coming. Too much tyranny.
So it looks like the Prepared Mind put up a video an hour ago. For those of you joining us late, shit has hit the fan. What's next? Sensible Prepper 101 for beginners. I think it's a little too late to try to get the 101 items there, buddy. Posted that 15 hours ago. Second Amendment update, guns and gadgets, shelter in place, National Guard, and more. Streamed 2 days ago. America's Final Warning. The United Sheep of America, Tybosaurus Rex, posted that 6 days ago. Rush on guns, ammo, reloading supplies, says Step 1 survival.
Damn it. So reloading supplies isn't on that? That sucks.
It's a video.
I was hoping that wasn't his hit.
He did a video on it, so if you want to check that out, I'm just throwing out some names here. Rogue Preparedness is doing laundry off grid. Haley Strategic is posted a video on how to do home defense. Bear Independent has streamed a video on the Daily Brief. James Yeager has a beginning guide to prepping part 2, water.
Great way to start. Yeah, let's start our preps now.
Well, he's showing you a $400 water thing on there. So, yeah. It's time to increase your home security, says Reality, Survival, and Prepping. We've already been talking about that, sir. Southern Prepper 1 says Amazon driver shares troubling information. I watched this video the other day. He's talking about the economic collapse and the coming recession. Prepper Nurse 1 is apparently still having internet issues because he did take 5. No Rice says the High Desert Pioneer. That was 2 weeks ago. Hitting the Amish store for one last push. I just gave you where to go find stuff because the Amish always have food. Laying pipe with SOE. Riot Up Church has a new video uploaded 2 hours ago. And Foreign Domestic Sunday Night Roundtable with the Crazy Scotsman. I wonder if he's got a citizenship yet because of all this crap.
Yeah,
probably has no way of helping.
Tom McDonald had a new song called about the coronavirus.
I don't know what
he's into that. Tom McDonald's kind of like Ryan Upchurch, but without the country. He's all right. I wouldn't say he's as good as Ryan though. He's pretty good though.
Yeah, the little fat man, little rocket man could be firing at people in those rockets and blowing them up. That could be his new gig. Talking about the Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. So let's check one last time. See what any pandemic. Let's go to natural news. See what any kind of information's over there. 340,000, 14,687 dead. I want my money back. 12 years later, commercial mortgage real estate market on the brink of collapse. Health protocol. Oh, now they're saying the same thing I said. Zinc, magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin D3. I didn't say spirulina, sprouts, and rest. So that's the new recovery method there. But I've been saying ZMA, people. Now you can't go buy it anywhere because people are going to take a run on the ZMA.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the crazy guy that's on for 2 hours.
There was Walter Davis says there was black rain in Japan. It was thought Kim might have set off a nuke. Black rain? Never heard of that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading over here. Doctors, nurses report dire shortage of protective gear. It's like going to war with no weapons. Come on now. Really?
Lysol, that's your weapon. Delaware Patriot asks, do you guys ever have any luck with freezing your seeds? Or do you ever freeze your seeds?
I don't freeze them. I keep them in the refrigerator, but temperature is sorry.
I don't freeze them. I don't even refrigerate them. I had a whole bunch of seeds of ghost peppers that I had like 3 or 4 years ago. And then like 2 years ago, I decided, let's see if they're still good. You know, not as many as they probably were the year before, but yeah, they still grow. Depending on.
Yeah, the germination rate falls off, but I don't freeze mine. I actually mark them though. I have them. Let me pull it out here. So I obviously buy farm seeds and stuff like that, but I also buy these seed every year. I get it for Christmas. Either I buy them or somebody in my family buys them for me, but they're the survival essential like seed vault type thing. But I keep them in the refrigerator in this little tray, and so after 3 years, I'll rotate them out and start putting them in the ground. So I've just been doing that for a couple years. This one's 2018, and this one's been in there since 2017.
Yeah,
so
he's talking long term, like a year or more.
Yeah, well, that's my test method here, right? I've been doing these for the past 7 years, I think. So every year I switch them out and keep a journal, a farming journal, which is in the house. So I'm not gonna go get that, but like this tells you how long they're viable. Now I'm not sure if it says, but this year I'll do the 2017, which is 3 years old. So I've already started putting some of these in there, but in the sprouts. But yeah, that's how I do it. Little thin tray from, I think, the Hellmart, and then put them in there like that. But I still have, I save seeds. That was in one of my other videos too. I save seeds, but this is my experiment with long-term seed storage. So they haven't changed. The box sizes haven't changed much over the year, but you can just tell it. And I put, like I said, I write on them, so I know what they are. But those have been refrigerated the entire time. So whenever I go, I might not. Shit. I might not.
Yeah, to Walter Davis, I've never heard of the term black rain. I'm gonna have to look into that. Like, how black is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be after a nuclear explosion.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's been some black rain in Japan, and he's like thinking that maybe North Korea popped off a nuke or something.
Well, he's been launching rockets, so God only knows.
I don't really have an opinion. I have to now research black rain. It's very you learn something new every day, I guess. 45 years old, I'm just learning of this. Delaware Patriot says, okay, so just regular refrigeration works with seeds for storing more in a year?
Yeah. They you will lose some viability in certain seeds, but temperature,
Right.
If you have access to your and it's dry underneath your house, you can put them underneath there.
And Davis is also saying that's how the seed vault seed vaults work in Antarctica?
Yeah, I don't know about freezing, but we always keep them because some seeds require that cold hardening off period for they'll germinate the next year. So some require 2 years of cold before they'll actually germinate. So
Yeah, I don't think they're just keeping them cold up there in the Arctic seed vault. I think they're also at least vacuum sealing, if not dry freezing. I'm sure there's a way to preserve it better than just in the cold for them, anyway.
well, long term, like I did a video on that too, but I think so. What I do every year is whenever I collect seeds, I put them in brown paper bags. Coming back. So here, this one doesn't have to be very special because it's not a seed that anybody's going to eat. Like the mice won't eat this, but this is lemon mint. I think. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, lemon mint or lemon balm. So this was collected and it's been hanging up back there with a box fan circulating the air. And so when it dries up, I have smaller bags too, but you just essentially shake all this stuff. Now, I let this go to seed, so the leaves aren't any good to make tea or anything. But you shake it, and if I could show you the inside of the bottom without pulling all this crap out, all the seed just falls to the bottom of this, and it's been in the unheated part of the garage all winter. So it's overwintered inside a garage with air circulating, but all the seeds are dry now, and all you have to essentially do is prepare the ground, or as that one douchebag said, just go out and put a seed in the ground. But yeah, so that's how I do it. All my seeds are collected that way and saved. I always let some stuff go to seed, like the basil, because sweet basil does not grow perennial here. So anything perennial, I don't have to worry about. But you can also take cuttings. Some things allow you to do root cuttings. Some things you just take cuttings off of the fresh new growth, and then you put it in water with a rooting hormone that you can still buy, and then sprout new stuff like that too.
Right.
No, that was totally off topic, but that's how I save my seeds for the best viability. It's best to save them every year, so that you have the best sprouting rate. Just sent you an email, SP.
You're talking to Delaware?
Don't open anything. DP, sorry. Did I just get an email too?
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Delaware, that how seed vaults in the Arctic were. Okay. Yep. Vacuum sealer works well. Yeah, you can put them in a cold, dry, dark place. Root cellar.
Definitely want them dry, so
yeah.
I would definitely recommend anything you can keep the moisture out with. Would be helpful.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I mean, we've had, what do you call it? Shit, I just said it and now I forgot. The underground storage facility, basically for crops. I forgot the damn name of it. Our base was root cellar. Yeah, I just said it like 5 minutes ago, but I can't remember. Base was cool, dry. Yeah, you could definitely. Yeah. I just put a fan on mine to help keep air circulating around it to dry better. You can make a solar dehydrator if you want for your other plants, which I've done before. I have one that's pretty cool. MotherEarthNews.com. Why most homes had a cold storage in the basement before fridges. Yes, Stan. Yep, I use rooting hormone too. Yes, sir. Yep, works well. Actually, that's how I'm gonna. I was going to purchase I had placed the order for a couple hundred more plants of elderberry, but they sold out and sent me a thing saying that I would have to wait till next year to get it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut my own and plant some more. I think we have 50 or 100 plants now, but I'm going to go cut some more this afternoon and put them in rooting hormone.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they'll grow in Arizona.
Yeah, elderberry. I don't know. It's hot here, dude.
It's hot here too. It's hot and dry here too, but they're shallow rooted plants, so they probably wouldn't if you didn't keep them watered.
Hot and dry in Indiana.
Yeah, Indianapolis. That's where all the bad cases are. But people are still having fucking house parties. You go on.
Yeah. We had somebody having a cookout the other day or yesterday. They had a party going on in their backyard with a fucking barbecue going. I was like, "Fuck you guys and your barbecue," you know. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to have that. Don't want to have that interaction. Here you go. So
no,
yeah.
I mean, you talking about the heat there? Come on, bro. I mean, does it really get? How many months above 110 do you have? Because I can tell you right now, we have about 4 or 5 that are above 110 all day long.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, about the heat? I didn't say anything about the heat.
Well, you said it's hot there too. Well, yeah, it's a different kind of heat, though, man.
Oh no! I mean hot as in like a hot zone. No, like that's Indianapolis is the hot zone type. It gets hot here, I guess. Humidity
I'm just
hot.
saying that I don't know how elderberries would do here because berries don't usually do that great in the desert here.
Well, we have hot and dry.
Well, they require water, right?
Yeah.
To swell up with juice. We don't have a lot of that.
Well, you could put them in a container, I guess. Planter. I mean, they like sun. So. I mean, I guess we could check it out. Check it out.
I have no idea how to grow it though, so I'd have to look into that.
Yeah, Stan, if you burn off the old growth regularly, you don't. Yeah, I mean that's what I usually do with my raspberries and stuff, blackberries and stuff. I just burn out the old growth, and then in the spring it comes back. We burn our grass and everything. It actually puts a couple good beneficial items back in the soil once you burn stuff down. So.
Yeah, that's why forest fires are good for the environment, because it allows new growth.
Yeah, and then they used to do controlled burns, but now it's a big thing about let's not. Yeah, okay.
Let's save the trees so that it can all burn down. Yeah.
If you've ever seen a burned tree,
that's the same people that think that you can plant a seed in the ground, walk away, and be fine.
Right, and that black rifles are scarier than brown rifles or pink rifles. Or 30-round clips, drums with my M14 A2 service rifle. Yut kill. It's an automatic saw weapon with a deer antler attached to the top and ears looped through some craziness.
Right.
All right.
Well, there was one that they were wanting to get rid of barrel shrouds, and somebody asked the politician, "What is a barrel shroud?" And they're like, "Yeah, I don't know." But apparently, it must be evil.
Thanks, Stan. Nitrates back in the soil. Yeah. There's a couple different ones. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Today's not a.
Coffee grounds will put nitrogen back into your soil.
Yeah, slow release nitrogen. Yeah. Oh, the point I was trying to make though was if you ever seen a tree that burned, but it didn't burn all the way through, like it just vigorously grows. I don't know if it's because of the nutrient content put back in the soil or the fact that it was damaged, and it wanted to survive. So
I think it has a little bit to do with that. I mean, look at when you want when you want to grow stuff, you have to prune it.
Yeah.
And that's damaging the plant. But when you do that, it grows back even more and fuller. You know, so there's I think it's nature's way of pruning.
Yeah. There we go. Thanks, Stan. Nitrates, phosphorus, and potassium. All right, well, guys and gals, it's been 2 hours, and I have things to do. So, as always, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for following the chat. Thank you, Brittle Girl, wherever she's at.
She's in the other room working.
So, thumbs up, thumbs down, bitch and moans, complaints. I'm Irish USMC Vet. That's Poison Stinger. Thank you, Stan, and everybody showed up today. Delaware Patriot. You guys have a great day. Keep us updated. See you hopefully again tomorrow, God willing. Godspeed and Semper Fi. Have a great day.